Welcome back to Business Boone, a product of the Boone County Chamber and hosted by Deep in Talent Strategies. I'm Shauna Lake.
And I'm Lauren Byram, and today we are joined by Humberto Llanes from HICO. Thank you so much for being here. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing today? Thank you for having me.
Doing all right, thanks. So one thing that we like to ask all of our guests when they first arrive is, if your life was a movie, what would the title be?
I'm sorry, I think it's wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
You got the
Welcome back to Business Boone, a product of the Boone County Chamber and hosted by Deep in Talent Strategies. I'm Shauna Lake.
And I'm Lauren Byram, and today we are joined by Humberto Llanes with HICO. How are you doing today?
Good. Doing awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
you.
So one thing that we like to ask all of our guests before we start off is, if your life was a title of a movie, what would it be titled?
Yeah, it's a great question. Dream big and work hard.
Ah,
Yeah, you always got to dream big and work hard to get to it and have life goals. Without those, you're not going to go anywhere.
I like that.
Yeah.
that's
thank you.
inspiring.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, again, thank you so much for being with us. I can't wait to hear more about HICO, but first let's start a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your business journey, about you, kind of your personal life. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your business journey, and all the things that have led you to HICO.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm originally from Venezuela. Moved here when I was 10 years old. My parents moved here. My mom, she got the great opportunity to do her master's down in IU. So that's how I became a Hoosier.
Nice.
From literally the day we landed. And I'm glad that IU is doing great right now.
Yeah, they are.
And then through there, obviously, high school and college, everything here. And I started my life journey. One thing my dad used to always tell me is like, hey, if you don't want to finish school, you got to make sure you have a plan. So went through high school, did 2 years of college. Unfortunately, didn't finish that. But I sat down with them. I was like, here's what I'm going to do. And slowly but surely, I reached all those goals, and here we are. I started HICO back in 2016. Start doing it just promoting labor for storm relief. So every major storm that's hit the U.S. since 2016, we've been a part of it. We became part of the first responders, and here we are, 10 years later, still going strong.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
So when you launched HICO and other businesses that you're working on, what was the biggest initial challenge that you faced?
It's always pushback, right? It's going back to what we talked about, what the title of the movie was going to be, just dream big. You have all these dreams, and a lot of people, they give you pushbacks and maybe not, believe in your goals or where you want to get to. So that's really have been my pushbacks. I remember when I first started HICO, obviously everybody needs some type of investors in it, and I had zero investors. Nowadays, I get knocks on the door literally every week. It's like, hey, can we be an investor? It's like, no, really, we're good now, thankfully. Don't need those anymore. So that's why I always say, just keep pushing hard on what you believe and what you want to do and what you want to accomplish throughout life, so you can get there.
So how'd you kind of overcome those initial challenges to get to where you are now?
Yeah, it's a lot of saving, making sure I did some good financial planning. Going back to not unfortunate, it's just how it happened, not finishing college. I did take, back in high school, which I used to this day, I tell everybody, I make sure that I took some business classes and accounting classes till this day. Numbers don't lie. Accounting 101, it goes very far. And just go back to those goals and look at, things I went through. Funny thing, I love to ride motorcycles. And a lot of people nowadays still ask, hey, you don't have a motorcycle anymore. The one I had back when I started the business was a beautiful motorcycle, a little bit more than what I should have had, during that time. So I actually had to sell that motorcycle to be able to invest into the business.
Yeah.
It's been one of the best things I've ever done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think we kind of slipped over it, but can you kind of tell us what HICO does and everything about it?
Yeah, so like I kind of mentioned earlier, we provide labor. The way I started, we provided labor through all the disasters and
Yeah.
stuff, through a lot of the restoration companies, the big national guys. That's how I started, just doing national work. And then I realized that the labor need here locally was still needed, especially here in Boone County. I mean, the growth that's going on right now, it's unbelievable with everything that's going on with Meta and Eli Lilly and all the other stuff. I mean, it's just going to be 10 years from now, it's going to be unrecognizable.
It really will
It's
be.
all around
Yeah.
us. Yes.
So, that being said, that labor that was needed, there's still that need there. So that's when I decided to open, where they had the national division going, and I decided to open the local division where we take care of all the warehouses and clients like that. We have roofer companies, landscapers, so any across the board as far as general labor, we're able to provide those services here locally within the Boone County area.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, congratulations on
Yes.
that growth.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how you think about the mindset shifts or juggling the different brands, between the local brand and the national brand.
Yeah,
How
it's
do you balance those?
Yeah, so it's kind of difficult because even though it's still within the labor source, there's very different type of labor source that we're pulling from. On the national side, we're dealing with demolition and cleanup crews that align into the construction world. And then the local side, we're dealing with a bunch of warehouses and landscaping companies, roofing companies. So we have to be very careful how we divide, because a lot of times, unfortunately, people get confused. Oh, you're in the construction world. I know. We provide labor to those guys, but we can also provide labor within the industrial side of the business as well. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's just all about marketing and how we make ourselves different from everybody else. Yeah. And one thing that helps is being locally owned. We're here within the Boone County community, and it helps out a lot. When they see, oh, it's a local brand, it's not a national guy just coming in. So that's how we are able to make a difference between the national and the local side.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Just having that presence in the community and continuing to tell your story about what you
Yeah,
what you do pays
yeah,
off.
exactly. And being involved with the Boone County Chamber, I mean, that's helped out tremendously, and we're pretty much at every breakfast or every event that we're able to do it. We come out and we make sure we're there to show our presence. It's all about branding.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So could you kind of tell us about a time maybe where you had to push through, entrepreneurial industries is you have to have a lot of grit, you have to have a lot of, you have to have a lot of an entrepreneurial spirit overall. So can you kind of tell us about a time when you had to adjust or pivot your style in order to get through?
Yeah, I mean, it changes every day, especially right now with all that. Labor source is definitely changing right now across the country. I think just how when COVID happened, we had a new norm, and then with everything that's going on now on the labor side of stuff, we're going to have a new norm. You just have to kind of see what the issue is and figure out what avenues you have to go around it and solve those issues. Because if not, you're going to get stuck there and not be able to push forward and keep growth going. So, I mean, right now it's a perfect example of that, of everything that's going on. We just have to kind of see everything that's out there laid out. The new laws are coming out, and just kind of push through them and just figure it out, really.
Yeah. It's interesting when I talk to business owners. I think people who aren't a business owner think the dream is to just grow exponentially. But sometimes as business owners, it's actually really scary to think about growing our business while maintaining high quality and keeping true to our company values.
Yeah.
How have you done that successfully?
Stay very involved within the business. Even though you grow, you might not be able to do the day-to-day stuff anymore. Typical when you first start a business, you're doing payroll, you're doing accounts payables, account receivables, you're the sales guy, calling the clients, all that stuff. So obviously once you grow, you have your team starts doing the day-to-day stuff, but you have to stay involved. You have to stay involved and stay down to earth. That way you're out there hearing what issues are coming up every day, not only within your team, but within your clients. And then by having that communication, you're able to figure out new plans or new services that you might be able to offer your clients. One thing that we always say around the office is, we're all about quality and not quantity. A lot of people, they like, especially in my world where we're providing labor, Obviously, the more employees or the more workers we have out, the higher the profit is. But that when you start just looking at that, then things get out of control. So we always push quality over quantity.
Yeah.
That's
Excellent.
one of our secrets.
Great
Throwing
advice.
bodies at problems doesn't always work.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We get the calls all the time. Hey, can we get 200 guys here tomorrow? I was like, yeah, we'll get them there, but it's gonna be we'll ramp up. And by the time we get there and we start out the job, you know, we might start out with 60 and bring another 40. We might end the job with 150 guys. And I'll tell the client, hey, you see this? We did the job with 50 guys less. It was more control. It's control chaos. It's all about control. Make
Yeah.
everybody look good.
Yeah. I think you just hit on a different topic for a podcast, which is managing customer expectations.
Yeah.
And resetting those. But
Oh, yeah.
let's
And-
put a pin in that and come back to that.
Yeah,
on a
for
different
sure. I mean,
day.
a lot of times clients, they think they're always clients, right? And, you know, being in this every day, you got to tell them, hey, let's trust us. Let's go a different avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for sure.
My grandma used to say the customer is not always right, but they are always the customer.
Exactly. So you have to make them feel good and be like, hey, great idea, but let's think about it. Let's kind of shift it a little bit. Because not all the time, but a lot of times it comes out great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what new industries or innovations are you working on right now or is on the horizon for HICO?
Yeah, so we're currently working on a new system or integrating a new system into our daily lives, mostly within the restoration world.
Okay.
They use specific softwares on a daily basis, which right now no labor provider across the country are using it. So if we're able to integrate that into our current system, which my hope is to have that up and running by January 15th, then we're actually will be the first labor provider in the nation within the restoration world to have that system integrated and make the restoration companies' lives a lot easier on a daily basis.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome. Actually, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, good luck. That's
Yeah.
very exciting.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, we always like to wrap up by asking our guests, what is one thing they know now that they wish they knew earlier in their career?
Wow, that's a good question. A tough question. You know, it's really knowledge. I mean, you learn something new every day, or that's my goal, right? Every day you get up, you have to learn something new, and trying to put that into our daily lives. It just really depends on what the situation is out there that you step into on that given day. But really just learn something new and try to integrate it into the business somehow.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Love
That's
that.
great advice.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Thank
Thanks
you so
for
much.
Yes. I would love to tell our listeners how they can get in contact with you. Or
Yeah,
how they
definitely.
Can
So,
connect with you.
obviously, like I said earlier, we're part of the Boone County Chamber of
Yeah.
Commerce, so you guys can find us there. Our website's HICOlogistics.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. So we'd love for anybody to reach out, any questions, if they have any labor issues here locally within the Boone County area, or really the greater Indianapolis area. We're able to service anything. Or if you anybody in the restoration world, any help, we can do that as well.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you, Humberto. It was
Thank you,
great
guys.
to have you here.
And looking forward
you
to the
so
next podcast that you might need help with.
Excellent.
Yes.
Thank you. And in the meantime, good luck with your January product launch. That's super
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully it works out.
It will.
It'd be great news. I'll definitely let you guys know so you guys can post it as well.
Excellent.
for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And we will be back with more insightful conversation.